Brady Breast, debate illegal immigration. Border wall. We need a new border wall on the U.S.-Mexico border to stop the flow of illegal immigrants. Illegal drugs have flooded over the border since January 2017. Heroin's up 177%, cocaine is up 129%, and meth is up 150%. Border Patrol agent Marlene Castro. These numbers state how much the drugs are increasing the crossing of the border into the United States. These numbers are astronomical, and the main people bringing these drugs into America is illegal immigrants. When these drugs hit the streets of America, they're going to kill innocent people. The border wall will prevent the drugs from getting across the border. Another research was in 2016, there was an estimated 1.3 million illegal immigrants in the United States. In 2017, data was collected that laid out that 62% of illegal immigrants use welfare, surveys of income and program participation. The U.S. government is spending money to keep illegal immigrants, so the wall will keep people out of the country and save the U.S. money. Finally, the wall will only cost $21 billion to build, but Mexico should pick up the tab because the U.S. had to clean up the environmental issues relating to the maquiladoras, and the U.S. has spent $1.6 billion between 2011 and 2015 on just providing aid to Mexico, U.S. Agency for International Development. In the United States, we also need a national ID for everyone legally here. For example, fraud. Voter fraud has been on the rise. The number of voter fraud cases in North Carolina after the 2016 election is 128. North Carolina State Board of Elections. The national ID will drop the rate of voter fraud if it has photo and fingerprint included in the ID for identification purposes. India has something like the national ID. They started the Aadhaar card in 2010, and by April 2018, almost everyone has enrolled. This country does have less technology than the United States and also more people, but the country was almost covered by 2017 in 7 years from when it started. Technology advances will allow the U.S. to be covered quicker with this card. This card will also contain a full legal name, residential address, birth date, gender, driver's license, and ID number, photograph, and signature, Department of Homeland Security. This will make the country safer to stop fraud and illegal immigrants' way of life and force. The DREAM Act should die in Congress. It will have no positive effects for the country by making dreamers citizens. If kids enter the United States under the age of 18, will gain a conditional permanent residence. If this was to happen, the United States starts handing out these. Why wouldn't you want to move your kids to the United States so they can have a better life in the United States? This will increase the illegal immigration. Senate version of the DREAM Act. Another reason is the DREAM Act will give a green card to anyone who serves in the military for 2 years. This will result in people signing up for the military, but they are not going to serve willfully. They will abuse the system to gain citizenship, just like transgender people who use the military to pay for their surgeries. Senate version of the DREAM Act. If you pass the DREAM Act, then you can't get rid of diversity. Then you just get rid of the diversity visa lottery. Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach. What Mr. Kobach is stressing, if you pass this terrible act, then it's just like open up all the borders for immigration. The New York City pickup driver used the attacker used the visa lottery to get in the country. Now other terrorists will be able to get into our country. Rebuttal. If someone is to talk about the border wall, I say I disagree with your thoughts on the border wall. I disagree with whoever the person is. Because the wall is a good investment, unlike what you're saying about it is a waste of money. The wall will be very cheap but effective to keep the illegal immigrants out. The U.S. Congress has already started to pay for the wall with a $1.6 billion down payment. But with illegal immigrants gone, restricting from entering the country, the economy will boost and particularly pay for itself. Another reason that the wall won't won't solve the crossing issues. The wall will be 18 to 30 feet tall, and it will have sensors to detect digging underneath it. This will make it almost impossible to cross the border wall. You can't go over it without being detected, and you can't go under it without being detected. And other countries have used border walls to protect them. For instance, Greece-Turkey wall. It was used to stop immigrants from using Greece to enter Europe and into the European Union. This wall has worked, so why can't Trump's wall also work?